Ronnie, are you on?
Yes, I'm.
Okay, great. Okay, we're going to get started then. Everyone's ready to go?
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, welcome everyone to today's GFI Software and Infinigate channel webinar. Today you're going to hear our panel of experts discuss the latest news on ransomware, as well as hear about GFI Software's award-winning solutions. It's co-hosted by Infinigate UK and GFI, and this webinar will provide you with the following. An in-depth look into ransomware, including Locky and the security concerns it's currently raising. You'll also hear about an opportunity to discover how GFI Software is addressing today's IT challenges. And you'll get all the info you need to add GFI Software to your solutions portfolio, including partner benefits, lead allocation, certification, and more. So I'd like to introduce to you today our key speakers. We've got Ronnie Wolf, Sales Engineer at GFI Software. We've got Gonzalo Sebastian, the Channel Sales Manager at GFI. And we've got Tony Jackson, Vendor Manager for Infinigate UK. Ronnie is a Sales Engineer Team Leader at GFI EMEA and is responsible for managing the Sales Engineering team at GFI. He's got a broad knowledge across various security sectors, starting from email, web security, to vulnerability and patch management, to identity and access management. He's been involved in many end-user customer projects across EMEA, from medium to large enterprise organisations. We've got Gonzalo. He's responsible for the sales operations within Southwest Europe, driving and managing business growth consistently year on year of more than 20%. He's also tasked with restructuring the partner landscapes, which he's done successfully from one-tier to two-tier distribution model, as well as managing funds for marketing and sales activities. Lastly, we've got Tony, our vendor manager for Infinigate UK. He has been in the IT security space for over 12 years and is responsible for a portfolio of 4 security vendors of over 10 million in revenue. And he's also responsible with managing that partner portfolio. Okay, firstly, I'm going to pass you over to Ronnie, who is going to give you the latest around ransomware, including Locky. So I'll pass that over to Ronnie.
Perfect. So thank you, Lulu, for the short introduction. Yeah, as already mentioned, my name is Ronnie Wolf. I'm the sales engineer for the EMEA region and responsible for all technical related questions. Our topic today is to take a little bit more deeper look into ransomware and that it does not happen randomly. So we know for sure the typical thing that our customers think, I'm not affected on ransomware, I'm not affected on phishing attacks because I have a lot of security tools already there, I have invested a lot of budget there. However, at some time, most of the customers will come to us and say, help, I'm hacked, there's something happens and I don't know why. And one of the things we have seen over the last, I will say, couple of months, it begins in around about the end of 2015 and is nowadays until today, it's an actual trend, is the ransomware. And ransomware is not the newest intention of hackers. It's already there since 10 to 15 years. However, it has changed a little bit. But I will come to that a little bit later. But why can it happen that our customers infected to ransomware? One of the things is for sure that our systems are not up to date, so there are maybe missing security patches, not only on the operating system as well as on on the third-party applications, so Adobe Flash Player, Java, for example, alternative browsers like Google Chrome, Firefox, and many more. But also, we have an issue nowadays that companies in the company business is very fast. We need to be mobile, we need to be on the road, we need to work from everywhere. And one of the other challenges is here that we've seen infected mobile devices in our network. Because they're on the road, they are connected to the hotel Wi-Fi or somewhere else, and they do not recognize that their mobile is infected, because at the end maybe the mobile is not the target directly, but it will host the ransomware, or it would host specific tools, attacker tools, to enter the network. Another thing is also that we've seen a lot of, I will say, unauthorized or not well configured applications. So unauthorized application is very easy to explain. At the end, it's applications we don't want to see in our network. It doesn't matter if it's an instant messaging tool, it doesn't matter if it's any system administrator tools we are not approved, but on the other side, we have a lot of tools we use, so our Office, word processor tools, and so on. And maybe they are not well configured. So for example, they allow to execute macros with a single click. And in that case, an infection can happen. And if we take a look a little bit on the statistics, because yes, Locky is one of the famous one. However, there are a lot of more ransomware out there, and I will say, almost daily created new generations of ransomware. One of the other famous one was Tesla CryptoWall. But locally we see here the statistics, what was the activities of that ransomware, how many malware samples are submitted to us, will show us here that there was a lot of activities, I will say, from the beginning of this year until this quarter. But ransomware itself is, I will say, ransomware itself is an application which encrypts our data, personal data, and try to get some money from us to decrypt that information. However, ransomware in general, it's an application, so it's not that easy to send to an end user, maybe with a malicious download, or maybe that application that they click on it. So behind, there is a much more complex hacking method behind. And in that case, I will show you a little bit in my live demonstration how something could work. In that case, I have a short demo environment. That demo environment includes a server machine, which has an open relay in there. I have a client, which is my target, and I have something which hosts my attacker tools, my penetration testing tool called Kali Linux. And what we do right now, I will show you a little bit how typically it starts from a ransomware perspective. So first of all, we try to start with a phishing attack. And the phishing attack is very easy. There's a simple tool available. It's called SET, Social Engineering Toolkit. And the Social Engineering Toolkit, I can show that to you. I have already prepared because I have not that much time, but I can show a little bit how it looks like. Is a very, very simple thing. More or less everybody can use that. You don't need to be a hacker. You only need to choose from the menu what you want to do. For example, a social engineering attack. Now I want to do, for example, a spear phishing attack, a website attack. Let's select the website attack. And now, for example, I can harvest some credentials. Or maybe I want to bring the user or force the user to download something, so there are multiple things. What I've done is I have used a credential attack because I want to know, first of all, credentials, so username, passwords, maybe some other things. And I have done that with a fake website, very easy. because that toolkit is available to clone specific website. And in that case, I have cloned google.com. So how does it look like after I started that? I can show that here. We go to my client, and my client goes to www.google.com, and it looks like it's Google. However, there's not Google behind. There's some, I will say, network configurations behind there. Now that user is on my machine, on my attack machine here, so on the Kali Linux machine. And now what I can do, for example, if I put some data here to show you a little bit that this is working, is that if we take a look on the file system, I see here a harvest file. And in that harvest file, I will see some information what are stored, for example, what I search for, my user data, my passwords, for example, and so on. So at the end, it's a classical phishing one. But now we want to give that user that kind of malware. So from a phishing attack, I have, for example, now the email address. I have, for example, now some other information from that user which are useful. So what I can do, I have an open relay, I have a small tool, and for example, send an email to that open relay, for example, with a notification: "Hi administrator, we have detected suspicious account activity on your Google account. Please check on your Google account. Click here to access your profile. Kind regards, your Google security team." And as soon as I click on it, you see already the link www.google.com, so it will redirect it to my machine, to my attacker machine, and there's behind already an exe file. But as I already mentioned, that is a very easy way. So what you see here, that exe file, that is already the ransomware. So what we do right now, I executed ransomware, and in a couple of seconds you will see that that ransomware will be executed. Let's double check if it's already working. Yes, it starts to encrypt. So we see here now that my Tesla crypt will start to encrypt, and in a couple of seconds we see the pop-up message that all my data are encrypted. Yeah, and I need to pay some bitcoins to them. However, that is too easy because I need to click on something, and to click on something, if it looks a little bit suspicious, an exe file, maybe nobody will click on it. So in that case, we do it a little bit more in detail. We have already prepared on that website, so this is the Google, the fake Google website, and we have here a JavaScript in there which is called hook.js, which redirects to my machine. I'm using something which is called cross-site scripting, so I will redirect to another site to execute something, and in that case I execute a script. So what we see here right now, my ransomware already, so that was the former attack, has executed, my files are encrypted, and now I need to pay some Bitcoin. So that was the double click on that exe file. But what I do right now on my client, I go to google.com again. For those who are interested in how is it possible to fake that Google, there's an ARP attack behind. So I changed the ARP resolution, so how to resolve the network names, but I have done that before already, so that nobody is recognizing that anymore. Okay, so I've accessed that Google website again, and what I see right now in my Beef framework, I see there's already a device which has access from www.google.com, and I see now some information on that machine. And here what I can do is, for example, I can send a fake notification bar. And that fake notification bar, a very easy thing could be, for example, that let's double check that with that one. that we have the possibility, for example, to pop up a notification. And to pop up a notification, nothing is easier because Google itself is doing that sometimes. So, for example, there's a new plugin available or an update is available. So let's try something like that. There is a new PuTTY version available which addresses critical security issues. Please download. Okay, so what we do here, we do it a little bit different, www.google.com, because it needs to look like my one, .exe. What you see, it's not PuTTY. PuTTY is an SHA client, so to connect to Linux systems and so on. However, I have intercepted that PuTTY.exe. And we see right now, if I click on execute, go to my client, come on. Okay, do it again. Okay, here we are. There's a new PuTTY version available which addresses critical security issue. Please download. Okay, I download that, PuTTY.exe, perfect. Oh yeah. There was something we need to, because here we see I have a proper protection at the moment, because I want to show you how it could work if we are not up to date or if something is not working as expected. So execute that again. Okay. So let's start it again. Okay. Okay, PuTTY.exe. PuTTY.exe, it looks like PuTTY. I can connect now, for example, to that machine and so on. So I can do everything with that. However, behind there is already something running. Because I intercepted that there with a tool called Metapredator or Metasploit, there's now a connection open to my machine. So what I can do right now, because it looks like a valid application, but what I can do right now, first of all, I can upload a file. And to upload a file, I do the following. I use now my ransomware because I intercept from a valid application now to my ransomware, and my ransomware was called update.exe. And I put that in a very easy way, for example, on the C drive. So what we do right now, I've uploaded that now, and now I need to execute that. And to execute that, more or less very easy. So yes, that's right, -F. Okay, process created. My ransomware will now start in a couple of seconds for sure. And we will see the same window as we already seen here after we started that ransomware. So what I shown in that case, the attacker of a ransomware do not directly send you that ransomware. Also in that macros, in that Word macros, Excel macros, or maybe in a JavaScript, they do not execute that directly. They intercept that with a valid application. For example, it looks like an order or an purchase order or something, so a valid document, a PDF document and so on. Behind there they do a remote connection to a command and control server, and then they do their job with uploading some files, do some suspicious activities and so on. So there is a complex attack behind, and for sure you have seen already now that how the ransomware is working, how it can work behind, and more or less, to be honest, I'm not a hacker, I'm only able to use Google a little bit, so that tools are out there. There are a lot of more tools out there, and it can affect everybody. And it's very difficult to see. So here's some of the screenshots, but we've already seen it from Tesla Crypt. So here's the CDB locker, for example, but at the end it looks very similar. What is important? The target attacks more individual and groups within an organization. So at the end, it's more or less the same as for 10 years ago. However, we now attack direct targets. So maybe the administrator, because they have the elevated rights, maybe some specific groups in our company which are more or less handled with specific application. For example, the Footaki application is a typical administration tool. So we target that attack directly, and this is then called spear phishing or spear attacks. And here some statistics. So 60% of the spear phishing attacks are targeting the SMEs, so the small and medium business enterprises. And at the end, in combination with ransomware, it's a very dangerous thing. So 5 points to address the IT security strategy. So first of all, we need to know our data. First of all, we need to know what is the danger behind. So that attack, what we've seen here right now with an exe file, for example, with a phishing attack, maybe with a remote connection to a command and control server, we need to understand a little bit how attacks work. Then we should evaluate right IT solutions and make sure that these IT solutions are simply to the point and solve that issues for today and for the future. Because if we have that overblown applications with different management interfaces and stuff like that, also our IT department will lose focus on it. They will not see the important things. So at the end, it needs to be easy to manage for them because they have a lot of other things to do as well. Then we need to make sure that we are able to define user policies. So we need to define what is allowed, what is not allowed. Why are our users able to download, for example, executable files? Why our users are able maybe to connect to servers to China, Russia or something? And at the end, make sure that most of our security applications are centralized managed. But don't forget something, educate the employees as well, because the best technical solution will not help if our employees in the company are not aware of that threats, of that attacks. So make sure that the employees are educated in a regular basis, that we build a specific awareness how our IT security is working, what are the attacks and what can be a result. Because what I've shown right now could be easily used for an awareness campaign within a company as well to show what happens, that our employees understand it. Because at the end, IT is for the employee only a tool to be productive. And with that combination, technology and awareness, we are well prepared, or we are good prepared for today and nowadays threats. And GFI solution can help on the technical perspective. We have a huge portfolio, and I show here two of the solutions which helps us to fight against that. So in our GFI security portfolio, first of all, we have easy to use application. They are designed for the IT admins, means at the end they are easy to use, they are on the point, there's not really that we need to study our solutions. And it will help us to bring the IT to the next level. One of our solutions which helps us to fight against vulnerabilities and not up-to-date systems and maybe to identify suspicious activity is our GFI Longbird. It's a network security scanner which includes a patch management as well for small and medium business customers. It minimizes the risk of security breaches. It will give us a complete network security overview and give us advisories how to improve our security. It will help us also for the bring your own device strategy within the company. So mobile devices which are on the road, smartphones, tablets and stuff like that, to get that under control. And on top of that, we have a patch management. The patch management gives us the operating system patch management from a central perspective, so macOS, Linux, Windows, as well as third-party applications on top of it. And this is fully automated, so at the end we can react in a proactive way, in a very fast way. And on top of the patch management, so deploy patches, we also support uninstalling unauthorized software, detecting suspicious activities, and report that in a regular basis. So it will help us to secure and that our network are compliant. But it helps us also to identify if there are applications in there, if there's some security leaks in there, some security issues in our company to help to solve that. And now we need to have another solution as well to block that in front. So to proactively block phishing, the malware attack, so the ransomware, for example. And here we have also solutions in our portfolio, for example, GFI Web Monitor, but here I will present the GFI Mail Essentials solution because most of the time the first try to breach into a network is via email. So with a phishing attack, with a link, I've shown you that in one of the Open Relay examples. So send an email which looks like very valid. However, behind there is already the attack. Mail Essentials offers us, first of all, I will say, the best combination of multiple email security solutions out there. We combine 5 antivirus engines into one single product, 2 anti-spam engines, separate anti-phishing filter. We detect spoofing. We detect a lot of more nowadays attacks here to make sure that we are on the secure way. It's an on-premise solution which helps us to keep our data in-house, to block that in-house, and to have full control of the solution. And one of the important things as well is here that we do not only detect the incoming and outgoing traffic, we also scan the internal traffic. Means, for example, user A is infected by any malware, by a worm, by a Trojan, maybe by ransomware. We can make sure that user B will not infect it because of user B sending out some emails with the malicious attachment or with a malicious link or something in there. The advantage of combining 5 antivirus engines is more or less on our fingertips. It's very easy to understand because nowadays it's more or less a race. The attackers intend a new attack and the AV engine vendors need to provide a heuristic and technology to identify that. And maybe sometimes one of the AV vendors are a little bit slower, maybe it takes a couple of hours or days to detect the newest threat, and in that case combining 5 antivirus engines decrease that latency and using all that strengths, so behavior analysis, sandboxing technologies, and a lot of more here will be provided within a single solution in our Mail Essentials. So we can protect against ransomware, and I will say we nowadays protect against 99% of the ransomware out there with a lot of technologies behind, as already mentioned, behavior analysis, sandboxing technologies, and so on. But also that simple steps like block risky attachments, content maybe, to automatically block that. So a risky attachment could be an executable file, or maybe if the link refers to an executable file within that email. That are easy steps to protect against stuff like that. It also includes a centralized management. So we have a centralized management across our whole environment with a single web console. So also from a management perspective, we keep control, we keep the overview, and it helps at the end that it's manageable by our IT security department. Yeah, that was only a short look on our portfolio. Hope you have seen a little bit of our attacks, how they work nowadays, with a short insight how our attacker can breach our networks. I thank you very much for your attention, and now for sure Lulu will take over and will introduce the next part of the presenters.
Thanks very much, Ronnie. Great presentation and great live demonstration as well. I'm just going to pass it over now to Gonzalo, who is going to talk about how GFI Software is addressing today's IT challenges, as well as the GFI Partner Program. So I'll just hand that over to Gonzalo now.
Thank you, Lulu. Thank you for the short introduction. Thank you, Ronnie, for this great presentation. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending. My name is Gonzalo. I'm the Channel Sales Manager for UK. And I'm here to talk about what are the benefits of our partner program, how can we better work with you together, and how can we help you to grow your business. First of all, I would like to introduce a little bit of ourselves, what do we do and who we are. Basically, we are an IT software company with offices across the world. We do have offices in the United States, North Carolina, California, and Florida. We have our sales office for EMEA in Austria, in Vienna, and as well we have in Australia and Malta, where our headquarters, all our developers and support are based there. Basically, all our products are installed on hundreds of thousands of networks worldwide, and mostly, but not only, for small and medium enterprises. We are a channel-focused company. We understand that partners are the core of our business, so that's why we want to keep and maintain a good partnership with you by offering a few benefits that I will cover in a while. Basically, we have hundreds of thousands of installations across the world, and all our products have been awarded with few awards. We have included a few of them. Last week, actually, we were shortlisted for the SE Magazine Best Email Security Product. And yeah, I mean, all our products are really popular at the moment. What do we do? Well, as I mentioned, we're an international software company, and we try to address all the pain points, all the everyday IT problems that all these organizations are facing on a daily basis around the world. We do offer on-premise solutions. However, we are including as well hybrid solutions and some cloud-based solutions as well. You may know FaxMaker Online, which is our cloud-based solution, and very shortly we will include hybrid solutions, and you will be informed about that. As I mentioned, we target mainly, but not exclusively, small and medium-sized enterprise. However, our products are perfectly fit to accommodate to any type of and size of companies. So basically, we understand that this type of organization, they have limited IT resources. So that's why all our products are really easy to install and to use. We want the IT administrator to focus on what is really important, rather to solve all the IT issues. And especially these companies, they want to grow their business, they want to maintain their customer quota, so they cannot afford to have a system that is not covered. So that's why all our solutions are tailored for them. We do understand as well that they might have budget restrictions, so that's why all our price books are fit for every type of company. We have a very competitive price books, and that's why this is our success. Obviously, price versus performance is a major consideration, not only for small and medium, but for enterprise as well. And they want a product that works, and they get rid of all the issues that they might come across on a daily basis. Now, the question, what is in it for you? What should you become a GFI partner? Well, the answer is very easy. We offer many benefits. We have a straightforward product portfolio. If you go to our website, you will be able to see all our products defined and divided by security network solutions and communications. We offer excellent profitability due to the fact that our prices are very competitive, and our margins are very comprehensive. So that's why we want to offer a good partnership, a great partnership. As I mentioned before, we understand that partners is the core of our business. So we want to get to know you. we will offer, and we are offering, additional sales opportunities, meaning that we have a customer database where they used to transact directly with us. Well, that is not the case anymore. We don't trade directly with end users. So those end users, they might have the need to increase the number of users, to renew their existing products, or to buy new solutions. Obviously, we want to put you in contact with those customers, right? So then you can help them, and you can obviously grow your business by handling those customers. Technical support. We offer you free line technical support, direct line, which you will be able to access with your customer ID, and that should be it. We are one-stop shop. One-stop shop meaning that in our website and in our company, you will find, sorry, there is a bit of noise in the background. Yes, thank you. So you will be able to try our products, you will be able to access to our price list, you will be able to quote by yourselves, you will be able to access to our demos, our videos, etc., etc. So there is no need to go somewhere else where you can find everything within our company. All our products are compliance standards, and as I mentioned, those products are very competitively priced. So yeah, why you should join our partner program? Well, a part of many benefits that I already described, we offer high profit margins and immediate discounts. We do not ask for a minimum of transactions to our partners to start enjoying of their margins. So since the very first transaction, you will be able to have your partner discount. As well, we want to discuss with you, and from time to time we launch few SPIPs, and we launch as well few incentives. We want our account managers to be able to, obviously to be motivated, keep, promoting our products, and obviously we want to incentivize it for them. So we want to discuss with you what would be something that motivates you or your customers in order to keep growing the sales. We do offer as well in our website, I will cover this in a while, product and marketing toolkits. Right? All our material, it's already prepared for you, so there is no need for you to waste time on being creative. We will offer you all these documents you can use for your marketing campaigns and your sales activities. I will cover this in a while. And as well, you will have access to our customer and partner areas where you can manage and handle all your customers in one go. So there is no need to have a separate CRM or a separate system, which sometimes is a bit painful. Now let's jump to leads. Leads, well, leads is the core of our business as well. We have a qualified and protected sales leads programs. There are three ways to generate leads, and I will cover this as well. Just for your information, we receive an average of between 15 and 20 new leads every day. Those leads are generated from the downloads that our customers do on the website. So we want to handle those leads, or we want to reassign those leads to you, to all our partners, based on your expertise, based on your customer profile, based on your location. So that's just why it's really, really important we get to know you. And by getting to know you, we are organizing events, we are available on the phone, on the email, and we would like to discuss with you what is your business plan. So therefore, we can reassign those leads to you accordingly. And obviously, if those leads are followed up properly, we will be able, to keep assigning you those leads, and obviously generate more opportunities, and at the end of the day, they will convert it into sales. Obviously, we offer as well free training programs and educational webinars. This is one of them. And they're really, really easy. All these programs all these trainings are really easy. They are available on the website, and there should be no problem. That will give you understanding and better view of what our products do. Not only that, but we offer you as well access to our knowledge base, where you can find all the articles related to products. We will give you, as soon as you join our partner program, a kit of NFR kits. Those kits are for your own use. You can use it for your tech lab, you can use it for your customers, and as well, they can give you a better view of what our products do and how they work. As well, upon discussion, we can offer you to appear in our website in our partner finder. So every customer who's interested to look for a partner, they will be able to see your name. Obviously, we can discuss this case by case, and we are happy to include as many as you as possible. One of the things I mentioned, we have co-branded marketing campaigns. Those products and those material, this material is already prepared for you. There is only, you just need to click on one button and they will be co-branded with your contact details. So your customer will see and they will know where to contact in case they're interested. And as I mentioned, we are channel focused, pure channel focused. We drive campaigns and we launch campaigns channel focus. We want to rely on our partners because they know our customers much better. So that will give you additional revenue opportunities. Okay, and as well, we can discuss with you what do you think would work better in the territory. This is a little bit of the partner levels. We start from bronze partner, going to silver up to gold partner. I will explain a little bit. Obviously, the benefits are greater as soon as you start doing more transactions with us, and as well the margins and discounts. This in a nutshell, what do we offer? A little bit of what have been discussed. As well, the important thing is that we do have additional renewal programs and additional activities. The partner requirements, we have here the 3 levels, and let's focus on the EMEA column. Let's start from the gold. We required a minimum of 160 transactions a year, regardless the value, right? We are not counting the revenue. We want to count the number of transactions, and those include a new business and renewals as well. Obviously, by being a gold partner, we understand that you are self-sufficient, so we require 2 staff, sales trained and technical trained as well. And we would like to discuss with you a business plan together, and as well, obviously, we want to hear from you what are your forecasts, what are your strugglings, where can you help, where can we help you, where can we support you, okay? For the silver partner, we require a minimum of 80 transactions, and as well, obviously, 1 sales staff trained and 1 technical staff trained. The joint business plan and forecast review, they are the same as for gold partners. However, for bronze partners, as I mentioned, we offer discounts and we offer you the possibility to be a partner since the very first transaction. So 1 transaction will qualify you to already get to receive your margin. Obviously, when we receive a new application, we want to get to know this partner, and we want them to understand how our products work and how can they get the best out of them. So that's why we offer online trainings, and we encourage these new partners to pass at least the 100 level, which is the basic one. Well, we truly value our partners. It's very well defined, our program, and it's got excellent opportunities. As I mentioned, upsell and cross-sell activities, because we want these end users with no reseller, that someone will handle their needs, and someone they help them with the new solutions. So that's why we want to put them in contact with you. As I mentioned, we offer free training and sales marketing and sales and marketing tools. Well, the purpose is to make more money, right? And to work directly with a company we have an excellent reputation and a market opportunity. What is the difference between any other partner program? There is no fees to join the program. We don't ask for an annual purchase commitment, and we do not have extensive certification programs. We know that you are busy, and the purpose of that is that you start making business. So our certifications are very easy, and that will allow you to sell a little bit more. All the other partners will be able to have NFR keys, and we are very, very easy to do business with. We are very approachable and flexible and very happy to help. Now, I'm going to cover a bit the partner area. I'm going to show you just briefly where you can find things. Once you log in with us, you can go to partners.gfi.com with your login details, and you will be straight away in our partner program area. You have here very, very many tools. You have the pricing and licensing, where you can access to the partner surprise books. You have the deal registration. This is one of the offers one of the options we offer you. Deal registration. We want to protect your customers. We want you to win those opportunities. So basically, we want you to create this deal with us. The conditions should be £2,000. It must be closed within 90 days. Applies only to new business. And obviously, we can approve it upfront. If this is successful, we will offer you an extra discount. And obviously, if there is any other competitor looking into that, we'll try to protect it, right? You can here see the renewal process, how it works, and the online training product. We encourage all our bronze partners, as well as silver and gold, to at least pass the level 100 of all our products. You will have here your web console and your dashboard, and you can see all the courses, for instance, endpoint security, events manager, all the products, and obviously you can see the training levels. This will take you 15 to 10 minutes. It's not difficult, and we really encourage you to do that. So we can get to know you and we can assign you leads to that. And the most important thing, the GFI Resource Center, you can find here all the tools you need. It's very easy, it's very comprehensive, very friendly, and this is how it works. You choose your category, let's say archiver. You choose a subcategory, something you want to see specifically, let's say product comparison sheets, language in English, and automatically you will find here comparisons with all the products. Not only that, you can organize your eMark e-shots as well, which they're already prepared, in this case for archiver. You can download here, or you can co-brand it with your contact details. So they are ready to use, and there is no need for you to waste time on creating new products, new documents. Okay, and as well with all the products, you can find here PowerPoint presentations, roll-up banners, posters, screenshots, everything, right? And the partner linking, and I'll finish with this. This is how you generate leads. We allow you to use our download links from all our products, so you can generate a personal link where you can send to your customers. So your customers, you can include this link in your website, you can include it in your e-shots campaign. So if any customer is interested in one of the products you have promoted or you have announced, they will click in that link. It's as easy as to get the URL and add this part here, and automatically once they click in that link, they will be redirected to our website. They will download the product, and all their details, they will pop out in our system as a lead. So we will call you, hey, Mr. Partner, we have received these leads from one of your customers. Here you have their details. Please follow them up and try to make an opportunity. And if you need some help from us, yeah, you can count on us. And that would be protected for you by all means, right? So that's what we want. We want to protect your customers. And this is pretty much it. You can find all the information, the latest updates. We are very happy to help you with that. I'm very happy to keep talking with you and see how can we better work together. Thank you very much, and I believe Lulu will take over right now as well.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Gonzalo. I'm now going to pass you over to Tony, who is going to provide you with a bit of information in regards to Infinigate UK's value add, as well as the Footaki channel enablement app. So I'll just pass you over to Tony.
Thank you, Lulu. Gonzalo, Ronnie, thank you very much for your previous presentations, and members of the WebEx, thank you very much for your time so far on the web demonstration. I'm going to keep my presentations fairly brief, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of Infinigate in general, as Lulu mentioned, the Footaki platform. So bear with me for just 1 minute while I just share my screen with you. Okay, so that should have you up and running there. First of all, for those of you who don't know who Infinigate are, Infinigate took on the GFI product in March this year, and we're very happy to have GFI as a member of our vendor portfolio. Some of the partners we've worked with in the past, however, some of you we haven't actually worked with prior to GFI, and we're very pleased to have you all on board. Infinigate was founded in 1996 as the first distributor of internet technologies within Europe. However, at the turn of the century, just after 2000, we recognized that there was an area that was being underlooked at by the channel, which was specifically focusing on IT security technology products. And as a result of looking at that gap in the market, we shifted our focus and attention onto looking at solutions that were designed to protect and defend IT networks and data applications. As a result of that, looking at that focus and that attention purely in those areas, we've developed a fairly substantial channel offering that we're able to help all of our partners with. And our strategy has been borne out and proven with over 10 years of above-market growth rates and profitability. This really shows that the strategy that we have works, and we'd like to ensure that we're sharing our success with all of our partners. There are some key areas that enable us to do that with you. We call them our core competencies. We talk about value-added distribution, and if you talk to many distributors out there, they will all talk about having a value-added model. However, we feel that our approach is somewhat different to many of the other distributors in the market, and we focus on these 4 key areas which really do deliver value to you as a reseller partner. I think first and foremost is the fact that Infinigate are IT security specialists. So we don't just understand the IT security products that we're actually providing to you as our partners. We also understand the IT security market space, and it's very important for us to be able to do that and to be able to help you in those areas. If you look at our website under our Knowledge Hub, you'll see that there are a number of specific issues that we are able to help you, giving you resources and information about IT security issues that many of your customers are facing. And you have free access to all of those resources and are able to utilize those resources. The other areas that we think that we focus very heavily on to help you with is in our partner business development areas. Our teams are highly motivated and highly focused in helping you grow your business. We look at your organization as an individual basis, and we try and understand what is going to be valuable to you to help you increase your sales resources and increase your sales revenue. What we try to do here is we try to be a full extension of your own sales teams. In addition to this, we have an extensive service offering. So what we do with our service offering is we look at our technical enablement skills, our marketing enablement skills, and we try to complement your existing tools and approaches within your areas and within your regions. We look at your organizations on an individual basis. We recognize that there's not a one-size-fits-all for all partners, and you can take as little or as much of our services as you'd like to take on board. We do this with a number of things, not only in the technical, but also in the active marketing area. We can help with regards to lead generation, call-outs, acquiring data, marketing generation campaigns, and all of these are bespoke to you as an organization, leveraging the tools that the vendors have available and making sure they're developed and more designed for you as an individual. And what really makes us different is some of the areas that I briefly mentioned on, but I want to just touch on in a bit more detail very quickly. From a technical perspective, we like to think that we have a true level of skills at a vendor level. So when we're delivering things that help you position and sell your technologies, from a pre-sales perspective, doing product demonstrations and proof of concepts, you have the same level of comfort and the same level of capability as you would expect to have from the vendor. We effectively help you in those areas. Not only just on the technologies that we have, we can do things like audits because of our understanding of the security market space. It's important for businesses to be responsive, so our customer service levels are all key towards delivering a 4-hour SLA, making sure that when you have an information request or a quote request, we're aiming to get that information back to you as fast as possible so that you're able to differentiate yourself against your competition that's out there doing a similar sort of technology offering. We can get that to you quicker, we can get that to you with the correct information, and we can get you in a position where you're able to be front and center of your customers. Our marketing solutions are designed to be around a very good ROI and to be very cost-effective. We have a DIY marketing solution set, which doesn't outsource a lot of things, which a lot of people do in terms of the marketing offerings they have. Because of that, we truly understand what people are looking to hear. We truly understand what's going to be effective, and we can help you create and deliver a marketing campaign, whether it be from something as simple as a standard e-shop with a call-out day follow-up or a number of call-out day follow-ups, or all the way through to things like events and long-term campaigns that we can help you manage and run to really deliver a very good impact on your sales. We have a very good market reach, touching all of the areas of Europe. However, despite having such a large reach, we've got a small company nimbleness. So we're looking to our partners to understand what makes sense for them. And if we need to tweak and change things, it's very, very easy for us to be able to make changes and implement those changes in a very quick way that's going to be effective for you to be able to do business. Another area that we're very, very strong in working with our partners with is around new business lead generation. All of our account managers and our sales staff have been trained to be able to be savvy enough to be able to sit down with a managerial level contact and design a structured business plan that's going to be targeted and focused for your organization. However, we're all more than happy to jump on a sales call and help you develop leads. And we think that's a really important part of actually developing a value-added channel to deliver onto our customers and deliver onto your customers. One of the first things that we've done with regards to the GFI channel in terms of making that value-added model available to partners is we've worked with an organization called Footaki. Footaki, as an organization, are an enablement platform that takes a very long-term challenge that many organizations face, getting information out to the people that really need it most. We recognize that we have lots and lots of sales resources, white papers, presentations, links, things that have been developed that are very, very useful. However, it's very, very difficult to get it out to a very distributed environment. And the Footaki platform actually takes all of that information and does that in a very succinct way. What it does is it pushes that content directly into the calendars of your sales team. We take a slightly scientific approach of this, and we look at this with looking at the optimal moments for the information to be adopted by the particular user. And the result of this is that we have a much higher adoption rate, which is much more useful for your sales team to enable them much quicker. Some of the things that we've learned with regards to looking at how people adopt knowledge and what we're seeing in the channel is that if something's scheduled into your calendar, it's more likely that it's actually going to get done. So making sure that we schedule information is of paramount importance, and it bears out that looking at things that are scheduled in, more than 85% of the tasks that are scheduled into a calendar are more likely to get done. We also understand that people have very, very different learning times. We've all heard the terminology an early bird or a night owl, so we understand that people have individual wants, needs, and are more productive at different times of the day. One of the other things that we're very, very aware of is the fact that the cost to actually enable a new person can be as significant as up to £3,500 per year. That includes a number of things such as training, webinars, marketing events, campaign events, getting your sales staff to the point where you are able to understand and pitch and provide a technology is a fairly costly and time-consuming process. With all of these things in mind, we've developed our Footaki platform, and there's some very simple things that we were able to do that are able to streamline and enhance that adoption process. So what we're doing with our Footaki platform is we'll sign up new partners who will have the application delivered to them. The application is then going to have some online content which is being pushed into your calendar to enable you to consume short, snappy, and succinct information snapshots that will help enable you as a user to understand more about the GFI technologies. We've gone a little bit further than just looking at the GFI technologies and the GFI information that's available, and we've also introduced a number of sales tools which have been developed by a company called the Mentor Group. The Mentor Group have had experience of training a number of organizations such as Dell, Vodafone, so you're in good company with when you're thinking about some of these tips and techniques that the guys here are talking to you about. These are also going to be added into those templates so that not only are you getting the information about the product, you're also getting information about best sales practices and best tips and tricks for how to sell. In addition to that, we've also taken our own information that we're aware of from the IT security industry, so our IT security best practices, and we've developed a number of videos and a number of informational pieces about challenges that are being faced within the IT security market today. So we're not only giving you the product, the sales skills, but we're also giving you the background information about why this information is important and how best to apply that information. We take all of this different content and that is published into your calendars at a time that is suitable for you as a user based on some of the things that we'll have learned about you and how you operate. What happens is the information is developed, is put into your calendars, and when the time approaches that that's appropriate within the calendar, that content will be made ready for you and will be made deliverable for you. They're always going to be very short 5-minute videos, so it's not that you're going to have to take a large amount of your time out of your day to watch these. They're the types of things that have been designed for you to be able to be sitting on maybe a train, sit there and watching this information that's just going to pop up and give you the details. Maybe when you're sitting at your desk taking a 5-minute break out from your daily workload. One of the nice things about the Footaki platform is it is auditable. So we have a complete audit trail of who's actually looked at that information and listened to that particular piece of content. So we can see an ongoing commitment to making sure that you are adapting and picking up the material that we're delivering to you. And as a result of all of these different steps that we're going to automate through the application for you, we can deliver an increased adoption of the training material, and we can make it very, very easily available, which means the cost of actually training an employee to actually position and sell IT security solutions is reduced massively. As I mentioned before, I realized that we have a very, very short space of time, so I needed to keep my presentation very, very short and simple. That gives you a nice snapshot overview of Infinigate as an organization and the Footaki platform that we're about to launch out to partners. We are actively looking for partners to take place in the POC of the platform that we're about to launch. I would like to hand back over now to Lulu, who can carry on with the rest of the webinar.
Great, thanks very much, Tony. I am conscious of time as well. I just want to open it up now to Q&A. If you have a question in the control panel on the right, please enter your question for any of our presenters today, and we'll make sure they get answered in the next 5 minutes. Okay, I'll just give it 20 seconds for those to come through. Okay, Gonzalo, I think this question might be for you. We've got a question, when are GFI partner levels established?
Yes, all these partner levels are established from the beginning of the year. Meaning that we will take your first transaction and we will work with you on a common business plan. So obviously we understand that sometimes reaching to 160 transactions can be quite challenging. However, we are flexible and we are open to discuss with you your business plans, but it would be from 1st of January to 31st of December.
Okay, thanks a lot, Gonzalo. Tony, this one is for you. Is there a cost associated with the Footaki platform?
No, the Footaki platform is being rolled out to GFI partners free of charge. So we're really keen to get you guys downloading and using that.
Okay, and another one relating to Footaki, Tony. What happens if you miss some of that training content? So if a user misses some of that training content?
Oh yeah, okay. So the content itself is scheduled into your calendars. However, once the time of that content has actually passed, that information is still sitting in your calendar, so you can still go back and you can review that information at any given time. So you don't lose any of that good content, and we're still tracking that you actually looked at that content and managing that content.
Okay, fantastic. So it doesn't look like there are any further questions. If there are, please, you received the slide decks from today's session, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of us. I'll ensure that the contact details of all our presenters are included in that follow-up email that you should receive tomorrow. Okay, thank you everybody for attending today's webinar. I hope you're able to get value out of it, and thanks again to our presenters, Ronnie, Gonzalo and Tony. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.
Bye.